Hello, I'm Whisper. This is Dyson Sphere Program. We are going to start a new game, and this is going to be a relaxed game where we don't go hell for leather with research and shoving, basically not stressing ourselves out too much. So we're going to try and be a little more methodical and measured. And this is for new players, because I've done quite a few of, how can I put it, sort of like speedrun type starts, which can be overwhelming for players. Now we're going, oh yeah, that's got 2O type stars. Nice, but that's not the seed we're going to use. We're going to use this seed. 93787913. The reason we're using that is because it was my chillaxed game, but I've been so busy that I've completely lost track of where I was and what I was going to do. No focus anymore, so I'm just going to start again, because that way I can get going better. Now resources, we're going to stay on 1. I have experimented with 5 and infinite, and there's just too many. It's harder to get the impetus to go off planet, and we kind of need that. Dark fog settings, I don't find these guys interesting, so we're going to passive, and we are just going to minimize pretty much everything. Slow growth, they don't care much about our power, they don't care much about our combat ability, but if we start kicking them in the shins, they'll come along and eat our face off. Yeah, that will do, and this will allow us to just basically chill, and we'll have the ability to get the dark fog goodies at the end of the game, or in the end game I should say. So we'll apply that. Because this is going to be a relatively relaxed and chill game, we aren't going to be going too fast. I'm going to do sort of part tutorial type of thing for early players. And we do have 1O type star. Where is that? Here? No, that's a B type. Oh, that's actually fairly close. We could turn around and go mega base with a seed. We'll have a go. Alright, reasonably skilled, and we are going to skip the prologue. And we will chow down on the capsule, press N to go point north. After the capsule, we're doing a shift to go for the copper. Now let's pause here. Egg tree. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to be measured and relaxed as much as possible. We have to have this. There's just no way around it. It's the first thing. We don't have it, we don't go anywhere. Lots of players will go for basic logistics. I've done it myself. Some will go for automatic metallurgy, and I'm starting to think this is a better way, because we can just pull out of here and throw it in here by hand until we get our basic logistics. Ooh, excuse me for the cough. Give me a moment, I'll just have a drink. Hydration is good. Basic assembling, because we need that. Once we can start putting things through, that means we'll have these automatically made. Now, we could go straight into electromagnetic, but we're going to pivot and upgrade our mecha. Give ourselves some more power. And give ourselves our basic blueprint. Now the reason we're going to do this is because our basic blueprint we want to start automating as fast as possible. So I would like to put down the various blueprints for the mall and belts and sorters. So we're going to do this first. Then once we've got at least part of our basic mall down, and once we're getting our buildings made for us, then we can go electromagnetic matrix. And we have one more gap here. So looking at blue, a lot of players will go straight for here, and I've done it myself. It's quite handy to have those. The problem is that the sorters we don't have the motors for yet, so we're only basically doing it for splitters, which is kind of So we could go and get that and then go for the motors, sorry, for the next logistics. However, at this point we've got so many buildings and things down, we are probably going to have a bit of a power problem. So I'm going for that one. And yeah, at this point, that is the reasoning behind. We have to have that. These follow in sort of this progression. And we're not going to go hell for leather straight away, research the next one, because we need to build up our infrastructure as we go, so we can relax. Okay, I think we're good, so let's get out of here. That can finish. Let us make our very first electromagnetism. We basically can't do much until we get that. And our first one we will put on here, because we need, thank you, we need to start mining. Let's put this down. Where can we put it there? That was a long press on it just to speed it up. We can do that. Alright, let's put down we want to cover all 6 nodes. There we are. And we might need to, can we move that a little closer? Hooray, that's what we want. Now at this point, we are actually going to put stuff on here. And while we wait for that to build, let's grab a little bit of stone. We will need this in a minute, or a few minutes anyway. Turbine, so we put there, we put it about there. Now the question is, can we get all 6 with that there? Yes we can. Excellent. I was thinking we couldn't, but we can. Brilliant. Now let's make another one of those. And another one of these. Then we'll do another and another. Now this one, I think it's down here. Yep, we have coal. And we need that to power ourselves. In fact, speaking of power, always throw these in. Otherwise we'll suck ourselves dry. Might need a few of those soonish too. While I think of it. So we'll grab a bit more stone as we go down. And this, okay, down this line here. Oh, we don't want that. We want these. This line here. We want to put it there. And then, can we get... Yep, we can get 6. Should we try? The 7 is good. More power. And now we tick that. And when this runs out, it will automatically fill up with our coal. Now the next... Oh, what did I hit that for? That was not what I meant to hit. For our next one, we need to do some more research. And we obviously are out of iron, so let's get our iron going. Ooh, looks like we are out of... We had even less in the way of magnetic coils than I thought. Right, so we're now going to get the smelting. While we're here, we have that there. Let's build a few more because we are going to need them. Okay. Now, we need to put roughly... that might be a bit hard. How about there? Yeah, that should be good enough. So we'll put 2 there. No, we won't. We're too far more. We'll put it there because we need to pull in a belt of raw ore. And we're putting in 2 because we need a lot. That. Now we will pull out refined ore, or ironing it in this case. We will put in that. We'll have another belt of copper ore. Get there, and then we put here, and we will make this copper. We hit tab, and tab, and tab. Excellent. We have automated our refining. Apart from our magnetic coils. So I want to make a couple more of those. More water. Goodness me. Put that there for now. Okay, now we need to go and make our, or research I should say, our basic logistics. it is time to start bringing stuff out automatically. And while that is doing that, let us make a couple more buildings. Or maybe not, where are we? Need some copper. I do have a reason for doing those next. But it may surprise you. Let's get a couple more of these. We can never have too much in the way of power, especially at the beginning. Like I said, once we get to blue science, we'll be finding ourselves just a little bit strapped for power. Alright, let's see, how far across do I need to build there? Excellent. Now what we're going to build here is we are going to, while I do that, we're going to build stone bricks and glass, which is what we get if we look in our technology tree. From here we can make glass, and we've always had the ability to make stone bricks. It's like a basic skill. Basic skill, is that the way you would put it? Have to think about that. We can't put this too close, or else it's just too close. Bit of a strange one, that. So we have to put it there. And thinking about it, we might want to make a few more of these, because we are going to be short. And we definitely want a few of these. Alright, we will do stone bricks here. And because these are slow, because they're a bit far away, we have to put 2 of them in. And then I guess we put down a power pole so to make sure it all works. We just put that there. That'll do, but yeah. Glass is slower, so we can basically get away with a single sorter for that. Now let us look at this. We only want that, and we only want about 1,000 or to be tons. We only want glass, and we only want about 1,000 or to be tons. And now I never have to make stone bricks again. Let us start automating this. More water, goodness me. What on earth? Where's my mouse? Oh, we don't need any of that, because it should be coming out of there. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe I had a bit of a brain fart. What on earth? Yeah. Let us make it so that we never have to pull stuff out and move it manually again. Our drones are slow, well, that's what it is right now. Do something similar for this one. Let's leave it for now. Iron is our most pressing shortage at this point. We have plenty of copper. You know, let's get rid of that. No real point saving that titanium ore. There just isn't enough unless you're going to go and hit every rock. And to be honest, heck with that. As always, we will limit it. Usually I don't bother, but in this case we will. Okay, we are running a little low on power, aren't we? And we're running a little low on those. Let's turn on our power view. Let's go yes indeed. That's about 2.5 minutes, so we'll leave it at that while we have a look at what we want to do here. And while I think of it, let us do a little bit of automation here, probably to about there. And we really don't need much. Actually, do we have? We do not have. That will be a while. So for the moment, we will just throw that there and let it pick up. We say to about there, if I remember correctly. Yes. Right, we're not going to do that though. What we are going to do... Oh my, this might be a little bit tight. We're setting this up for the future. Won't bother doing that yet. will get us enough of these. You finish up there. Then I put another there. Oh my lord. We are quite short of power. Goodness. This is honestly what happens when you overstrain your power grid at the beginning. To be expected, but very ouch anyway. Ooh, and we are lacking these. That just fits in there. So we have room here. Will they do anything here? Is the real question, and the answer is no. We need a lot more than 2 more. Okay, my lad. Oh my lord, let's see. I need another one of them. And I do not have enough for that, so now I may as well make them while I can. I wonder if I can slip it in there. If so, we might be able to get 4 on here and another load of iron coming up through that area. Should be helpful. No, yeah, I still haven't done anything with the assembling. We don't have the infrastructure yet to support. And I am a bit of a fan of infrastructure. Alright, let's see. Oh my goodness, you're going to collide with everything on creation, aren't you? Get out of there. That actually works there. Just can I? Can I get this other one back onto here with all 6? Lights, colour, you're not going to be nice, are you? 5 might be all I can manage. Just you utter well, we aren't quite going to have a full belt coming through. 11 will be close enough. We would really prefer to have... Sorry, we'll have 5.5. We need to get at least 6 covered, and we can only get 5 of those covered there. Still, I guess we'll be alright for a moment. Seriously? Seriously? Wow. Because we are short of power, we cannot really juice as fast as I would like. There's a minute or so of those. So we're just going to have to deal with what we have. Can we get 6 on this side? Not quite. But yep. Now the next question is, can we get 6 through this way? Oh yeah, easy peasy. That is kind of handy because that means we are just on the cusp. I'd forgotten that we sort of had that there. Where are we? That could be handy. Alright, why? Because we've filled up our 2 things there. Excellent. Another minute or so. How many? We are a little bit short of these. Why am I doing that? You utter dipstick. Get out of here. You don't need that many. What we do need is a bunch of these. And for that we're going to need more. That will do us for the moment. Can we get 6 there? Not quite. Can there though. And that just ensures that we will be able to keep up with whatever we do with these couple. Because I'm going to throw in a bunch of magnet ones now. Now normally, because we're doing 6, normally 6 cover, sorry, build 1 build. Get it together. Words hard. Collide with object. What are you colliding with? But these run at 1.5 speed instead of 1 speed. So that means that we need 1.5 as many. 6 we need 9. Now let's see. I wonder if it is possible Ooh, you might be a bit of a mongrel. I might need to do this just so that we have some space. Oh, we are out of power poles. Not a problem, let us do that. Infrastructure. We can unlock the tech as fast as we want, but there's not much point if we cannot feed and build and what have you. What do I have there? I might just put you there. And another one there. Now magnets are also odd in that they come in stacks of 200. Where everything else is pretty much 100. Well, oh. I should say that all the other raw ores are stacks of 100. But for some reason, not these ones. It's alright, we just halve it down. So that gives us 1,000. See what I mean? Alright, we have our basic infrastructure here. Let us make our assemblers. More water. And once I've done that, I guess I need to put together assemblers to make these 3 items. So then we can get rid of that garbage. Actually, we can get rid of that garbage right now because we do not need it. That is plenty. And we need about that. That will give us 6. Yes. You'll see that we've automatically gone into here. Now we want to start making circuit boards and coils and gears. And those 3 things, the circuit boards, will go straight into here, the first lot. And then we'll start putting down more, which will be our belt more. Belt and sorters, let's see. I kind of want to leave a big gap over here to put things through, like belts and later ILSs. So that seems to indicate that we need to start more somewhere around this area. We do. What is the best way to do this? Guess we can. How far over can we go? Now we need a gap between of 3 or so. This is just how I like to do it. This is not a you must do it this way type of thing. Don't think we're going to get gears in this area unless we put them over here, which would be messy. Alright, let's see. We put... oh. As you can see, we are really in desperate need of getting that mall up. Alternatively, we can just turn around and keep on doing things. Come on, give me my 500, thank you. A little bit of preparation, very much appreciated. Goodness, that was close. How are we going to do this? If this comes down here, and we have the iron down to that point, then this is a little bit spaghetti-like, is it not? Yuck. And then we can come over here with those. Okay, let us put in a couple of power poles so we don't go petty. And then put iron up top, so we'll do iron there. Circuit boards, I mean. Here we will do our magnetic coils. And these will come out to here. Seriously? How lacking in items can we actually manage to be? Start our research. Now, again limiting to about 500. We should not need to go that fast, since this is not a speedrun style game. And we will put oils there. Let's grab some more. Because we've restricted this, we can just hit tab and it puts only what will fit in there. If we hadn't restricted, we'd just chuck everything in inventory there, which can be very annoying. Right, this will make 3 of each a second, because they're only running at 0.75. Okay, once we get that going, what I will do just prepare. And once we have blueprints, we'll start using them. I have quite a few prepared. Just little small ones to keep us sort of going. Should maybe be alright. We might be pushing our luck a little bit. That, so we need that. Let us have half a stack of that, and we'll make a few more of these while we have time. Oh, we should be making more of these. Iron and electronics needed. Just clear our inventory a bit of things we don't really need. And we'll pick up a few things that we do need. Okay. Yeah, it'll do for now. Alright, we have our blueprints. Well, we have our stuff waiting there. That was kind of something I don't think about. We'll leave it at that. We are going to put down the first blueprint. Just going to be an iron smelting line. Look here. Oh. And back to making that. That should be good for now. Oh my. So much of a pain. Can we... No, we need a little more iron. That ought to do for the moment. Alright. I hope this is enough space. Oh my goodness me. We have a problem once you put the small down, haven't we? Ooh, I just realised I did not limit that in the slightest, which is very, very bad of me. I do that, I did that. Foundation required. Of course you are. Yeah. Kind of want to start more on this level. Can we start more on this level? That is a very good question. Right, we are going to do our belts and sorters. And a half foundation required. Once this finishes, we can start working. Alright, what's the best way? No, actually, we really need to make a few more. Hopefully that is the last lot that we can make. Now we want to pull a bunch out of here. There we are. We do not have to ever make our belts and sorters again. will be made for us. Which is always, as always, very, very nice when you get your automation going. Alright, we've been about 48 minutes of play, 55 minutes of recording. What we will do is we will stick a pin in it here. And yeah, that will be that for the current episode. Once we come back, we will look at putting our mall in, probably along this area, maybe a little further north. We'll have a think. I don't think we're going to get another one now, are we? No, we aren't. Somewhere in here we'll start putting down our essentials more. And after we've done that, we'll start looking at doing actual blue science research. That, however, will be the next one. We've done pretty well, really, for about 50 minutes of play. Started our first automation and basically ready to go with our mall. This is already the blue science, and we have stuff here. We could probably get maybe 3, maybe 4 more miners onto that if we needed. However, at this point I am quite happy that we are getting somewhere without having any major issues with space-wise. Okay, cheers and enjoy Dyson Sphere Program.